when I go to that chicken, I will answer you.
Issa, you may want to include in your disclaimer no calls for personal suicide. Just FYI.
Yeah, also that should be commented. Insult him, but don't call him for suicide.
You can't change the rules to the game. It's too late.
Suki is choke on a gefilte fish.
I have no problem. I like
He's
it.
cooking.
Okay, well, let's go back to our past conversation in a totally like an intimate context I'm sure we'll all agree on is the abortion. The reason why I thought Roe v. Wade was so bad is because it messed with our Constitution, and that's that we have to keep. But I'm sure everyone agrees with that.
No, you guys. I mean, you guys need to have constitution.
I just read the title of the room. I like it. I'm absolutely not. It is not a good thing. Islam is not compatible with freedom. End of story.
Okay, so you guys have to start reproducing.
No, we can start with immigration. We don't need to reproduce. We can just replace.
Yes, and protecting children. You know, my fear is that if they start having and establishing a Sharia court in the United States, children are going to be abused left and right.
And it's not just reproducing. I mean, a lot of people are converting because it's now very cool and also it's very easy. I understand you just need to say the Shahada and that's it. You're like, welcome.
And then you cannot leave.
Yes,
That's right.
like I do in California.
And then,
But it's not just reproducing, it's also
Thank you,
very...
sir.
Unfortunately, don't make this into Islamic anti-Semitism.
A lot of young people are
You are
being
anti-Muslim, anti-Islam. You are Muslim hater. Don't do this.
Well, this is why we need to, Daniel, in America, we need to put the Bible back in the classroom, okay? Even under the justification of, biblical literature, which is perfectly legal, Mayor. They're able to discuss the Bible in the context of public schools, in the context of literature, not in the context of religion.
No,
So
I wouldn't put it back.
they absolutely are.
children are being abused. Children are already being abused left and right, whether it's sex trafficking, Catholicism, or myriad of things.
Bajabazi. No. Hold on, Ann. Stay out of men's business. Stay out of men's business.
No. Adam,
So
not
look.
in my room. Adam, don't talk like that to Adam in my room. Like, please. Not an Adam. No.
What did you just say, Jeff?
You hear the wisdom of my fiance there, Adams? You should get yourself a fiance like my beautiful Issa. I love you, darling. Well done.
No, I love Adams, but I mean, like, it's ridiculous to say, because you're a woman, you cannot talk.
I mean, when you're a gay man saying stand on business, like, who do you expect? You expect credibility by saying you're a man?
Anyway, we're not
Okay,
gonna
get up, Jack. I want to know what Dracula
This man, this
Hold
Jefferson.
I don't care. Mute up, please. I'd like to just, because everybody seems to be kind of on the same page, I just want to focus the mic a bit because she might have a different opinion. So,
Wait, can we not get over what Dracula said?
I have no idea what he said.
Because
It's just,
I think that this stage is like-minded, but for the most part, what Dracula just said is problematic.
Well,
So
and at the end of the day, Dracula's prophet there, okay, is attacking elementary school students in the Quran. So at the end of the day, Muhammad would be on the Megan's Law registry if he was alive today. Protect the children.
So would most of the Catholic priests.
okay.
See, here we go.
They're in jail.
And we're dealing with it. Okay, I just wanna differing opinion, please. So then you
And the Catholic priests are not in jail.
Dracula.
Show me what part of the Catholic Bible that condones child abuse.
That wasn't an invitation for everybody to speak.
And the Vatican.
That wasn't an invitation. Dracula, mute up. That wasn't an invitation to speak. Bitch, go ahead.
You don't want to hear what I have to say?
No, I literally just said that like 2 minutes ago before you interrupted me. Do I sound triggered? I don't know. I just
Silence.
tried.
Bent is on the phone. She cannot answer to you right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, well, you're Dracula.
It says that she's unmuted. It says that she's unmuted for me.
Can you propose it? Yeah.
I don't see that she's on the phone. Oh, okay.
Can I
No, she
respond
was.
to Dracula, please?
But once again, Pete, if you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
No, she's
Maybe
on
we-
the phone.
Kamisha shows up a little phone. Yeah.
No, it was, but not anymore. I refreshed. But I see that she's unmuting, but if she's trying to speak, we cannot hear you. Maybe you need to restart the app.
Yeah, you need to get out of the app and come back again.
Okay, so I'm reading now that Trump started a slow and bring back DPC.
Hello, can I please, Mia, can I please have this dialogue just really quick with Dracula, and then I'll go on mute and let you guys have it. Dracula, because I don't want to pass over, because I know that a lot of, like, there's been so many people that will talk about the Catholic priests and stuff, and I do think that it is very important for Catholics, especially, to acknowledge what has happened in the church in the past, and not just pass over it and get all defensive and just say, well, you don't do virtue signaling, because that stuff did happen. And you want to know what, that stuff was brushed under the rug. And, like, as if, you know, they did things behind closed doors. And so it was never publicly acknowledged, and I think that we need to like start doing that. So that
Also, I
did
just-
happen. Hold on, I'm almost done. That stuff did happen in the past, and from what I have heard, is that they did, those priests were dismissed. But I haven't heard anything as of recent. So when we say this rhetoric, this has happened, but it has not happened in the past 30 years. So, but we do need to acknowledge that stuff did happen.
Also, I just want to point out, like, that's not really a good comparison, because you're comparing the moral ideal for all Muslims to, like, a priest who strives to be Jesus. I'm an atheist, so I don't really care. I grew up Catholic, but, like, it's not a good comparison, because you're supposed to act as Muhammad did. You're not supposed to act how a priest is. You're supposed to act as Jesus did. So, like,
Simon,
if you worship, yeah, go ahead.
And as a Catholic, okay, with an understanding of our Bible, okay, if the priests are, if the Pope had it his way, okay, those priests would be dead, okay? So people need to stop running around saying, oh, well, thou shalt not murder. That's not true. Thou shalt not murder. That shit has nothing to do with capital punishment. So again, at the end of the day, because a lot of these Muslims in these Muslim countries,
10 toes in the ground, you a murderer, you an executionist, Adams.
okay,
You a
the
Catholic
Catholics were able to
LGBTQ
hold those
executionist.
perverts accountable to religious texts. So at the end of the day, he can continue to say what he wants to say.
No, don't yell like that.
Well, I was yelling because, I mean, yeah,
He's in the
what am I supposed to do with Jefferson?
Don't yell.
He's in the audience.
So at the end of the day, we cannot deny the fact that in the religious texts of Muslims, Muhammad was abusing children, and it was sanctioned. Y'all just look past and just look past that shit. I still want to know where in the Bible does it condone the abuse of children flagrantly as it does in the Quran and in the Hadiths.
Adam, could you
Okay,
say
I just want to give, hold on, I just want to give a warm welcome to Bent, to the
hi?
room. Bent, welcome to a non-Muslim room. The reason why you're able to speak in this room is because it's not Muslim. It allows women to speak.
I understand.
Exactly, it allows women to talk.
My bad, Issa, my bad.
Go ahead.
Okay, I need to respond to.
No, I just want to say, Adam, could
No, Ben, we're gonna listen to Ben.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
sorry, I'll just be quick. I don't really have anything. Could you just provide the evidence as well? Because just in case any Muslims say to you, that's not in the Quran, that's not in the Hadith, could you just provide the evidence of where it says it's okay to abuse children?
See, we need Rich in the room, dude.
Crickets.
Okay, go ahead, Jack. What do you want?
Okay, so you say it hasn't happened in the 30 years. I call cap on that. We're finding out more and more.
I don't know for sure.
And yeah, you don't know for sure. Also, those priests just get moved to another parish in another city. Also, if we take all the money that the Vatican has spent on these sexual assaults and paying off people, we could pay off all student debt in the U.S.
Oh my God. Okay. again,
Yes.
that wasn't the point I made. Like, I clarified the position.
Talking to me.
The moral ideal is Muhammad, and the moral ideal is that he sanctioned like marrying children essentially and having sex with them, and that's the implication, as opposed to Jesus didn't do that, and the implication of that is we should strive towards Jesus. So, like you saying that a human is flawed, I mean, like every Christian is gonna say that's an abomination of what the priest is gonna say. No, I don't think any Muslim is gonna condemn Muhammad. That's the difference. But anyway.
Yeah, you're right, Simon. You're very blunt and very right. Muhammad, peace be upon him, was the ideal for Muslims. It's not the same as an imam or a priest, because that's Muhammad, right? I get what you're saying.
What I'm saying are both are just as dangerous for children.
Right, I can see Simon. I don't think that he was making. I don't think he was doing like a whataboutism, and that's like I didn't gather that from what he said.
I was getting a whataboutism when he mentioned the Catholic priests when he said Muhammad.
No,
That's
both
exactly
are
what
just as dangerous for children, and Muslims are not going around raping little girls and touching them.
Nobody is saying.
Actually, Dracula.
Wait, what? What are you talking about, Dracula?
Actually, it happened like 2 days ago in France.
It's very dangerous to say that a group of people, like whether you say Asians are not going around, Muslims are not going around, regardless, people are getting raped by people, right? It doesn't matter what they are. So I don't understand why people are saying Muslims are not raping. Of course Muslims are.
No, it's not in their law. Like
No, but
the Muslims that live next door to me do not believe that in their religion that it's okay to have sex with a child.
Exactly. So you see the gaslighting?
Let's just let Bint speak. My God, you guys just keep interrupting.
right, Dracula, you said Muslims are not going around raping children. Christians are raping children.
The well-to-do
Muslims are
Muslims,
raping children.
the well-to-do Muslims that live next door to me, right?
Yeah.
In their law, in their religion,
Yeah, that's their religion.
They do
You're
not
right.
think it's okay to touch a child. They
Yeah.
will, so.
You're right.
No,
But
that's
that
not
doesn't
true.
take away from the fact that there are Muslims doing that and there are Christians doing that despite their
And there are rabbis.
There's almost 60 million victims of child marriage in the Middle East.
Wait, but isn't that contradictory, Dracula?
Wake that up, you.
If their prophet is Muhammad, and Muhammad, advocates for marrying underage girls, wouldn't that? So what you just said?
I can tell you where it is in the Hadith, in book 67.
Yeah, it is in the Hadith, so I know it's in the Hadith, but
Yeah.
Adam's
It
mentioned
literally says, I have
something.
been, yeah.
It's
So,
not my job to educate you. I don't know you, woman.
consummating
No one's
his
saying
marriage
educate.
when he was
I'm
9 years
saying
old, and he
I
married her when
haven't
she was
seen.
6.
I haven't seen evidence of
Hey guys, one mic, please. My God, either Evan speaking or Bint. Just go ahead.
All I was saying is
favorite.
that all I was saying was is that I think that there is an issue. I mean, when you do have over 60 million child brides in the Middle East, and multiple organizations do talk about that as an issue within that region of the world. I would say that that's something to take really seriously, and it sounds like imams are saying live like the Prophet Muhammad.
Right.
There's a lower age within that culture in which you can marry and consummate. They actually it is described in great detail that basically for you to be able to consummate with your wife, she must have had her period. So if a girl has her period at the age of 8, then you can consummate with her. That's basically the rule around it. And to me, that's like terrifying to think about. But that is literally what imams are pushing, especially the more extreme ones. I'm not saying all Muslims are like this, but it is an issue, especially when you look at statistics about things like this.
Well, statistics are funny because.
Could you just give me the imam who said? Because I want to search the imam who said you could marry an 8-year-old today.
Well, what is his name? Muhammad.
Do you need an imam?
I could literally say
No,
a guy that
because
said it.
Iman said imam. That's why I said.
Well, I could. Well, the biggest person that comes to mind that just had a huge interview, where he talked to a famous streamer. Do you know who Muhammad Hijab is?
Yeah, he's not an imam, but yeah.
No, I know he's not an imam, but he just a month ago went in front of tens of thousands of people and explained exactly what I said.
Oh, and was this what was it? Because I follow him a lot, but I haven't seen this.
Yeah, he literally said that talking to Sneeko on a stream between the two of them. And this is a week after he was on Pierce Morgan.
Right? Oh, I did see that. I saw that, Ewan.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is like a major person who is pushing Islam, and he's trying to say
but
he's the guy that went around.
Wait, hold on. Don't.
Sorry.
I just want to be very clear, like, because this is where we get into like, look at the priests, look at the like, forget about who's practicing, who's preaching the ideas. Like, stick to like specifically the books, because
so in the
book.
So the Imams are going to follow the books, and in the books, in the Hadith, it says that Muhammad had sex with Aisha when she was 9 years old. So of course they're going to. It was after she had her first period.
You know, in early America, in antebellum America, child marriage was a common practice.
Yeah,
I know, but we don't.
We're in 2024, dude.
Dracula.
I think
that point is so mute. I mean, like
Dracula, do you know that a couple of 100 years ago there were slaves and it was legal? Shall we go back to having slaves too?
No, but listen, see.
That's exactly how dumb your argument is.
Listen,
Your point is
it still exists. Because let me tell you
oh
why.
my God.
Let me tell you why.
I don't want to hear. I'm a mod.
Bro,
Either shut up when I'm speaking or
I haven't
get out.
said anything.
Dracula, your point is
so we can have a
completely
dialogue.
We're not trying to have a dialogue with you. We just had Bint come on the stage to explain her positions on the actual religion itself. You're trying to
mute me so you can push an agenda. Let's have
There's no agenda. I'm literally bringing up people who disagree. I'm not triggered. I literally brought someone up.
Hold on, both of you.
I brought someone up specifically to speak about this. I mean, nobody's trying to push an agenda. I'm trying to have an okay dialogue with everybody. You just keep trying to bring in.
Okay, but Simon, you already said what the rule is, and I agree with you. Like, let's focus on the books, and let's not focus on people that support this or that. And I agree with that. I think that's a very good idea. But now, Dracula is making a very stupid statement, saying, "Oh, do you know that hundreds of years ago it was okay to marry like younger girls and to impregnate them and whatever?" So yeah, I told him that's as ridiculous as saying, "Well, you know what? A few hundred years ago there were also slaves, so let's just have slaves because not for everyone is that." So what do you have to say for that?
You have to understand, it's still going on. It's called sex trafficking. And listen, let me give you
And
on
it's
that.
illegal.
Hold on.
We're talking about sex trafficking.
Hold on.
Nobody's striving towards the moral ideal.
You see what he's doing? He's triggered.
75%
of all online pornography criminals are white American Christian men.
Oh my God, here we go.
Well,
That's a government stat.
And what is
what
your
does
point?
this have to do with Islam? What does this have to do with Islam?
That's a government stat. So it's still here. It's just going underground to sexual
And what is
trafficking.
your point? Because this is not a white-black room. If you think that this is a white-black room, I think you're in the wrong room, dude. And you need to go either open your room or go to another place. We're talking here. Okay, then you don't have. There's no.
It's not like, oh, Christianity's the good guy or Catholicism, they're the good guy. They get in touch.
We're talking
all
about.
around.
Nobody's talking here about who is good and who is bad. We're talking.
Yeah,
We're trying to be objective.
We're talking about ideas.
Like, what is the religion? What is the religion encouraging you to do? We're not talking about who's good, who's bad, what has happened. Oh, my brother got raped or my little sister. No, we're not talking about that.
No,
we're talking about the ideology. What is it that pushes certain beliefs? And what is it that works better for our society? And what makes society flourish more? I don't know.
I'm ready. Feed me, love me.
Good. It's not white, black.
Feed
No,
me,
what I'm
love
saying
me.
is, what's worse, right? A family giving their child away to be married, right? Or someone trusting their child with a priest to touch, rape, and fondle with, and then paying them off and moving them
Again,
to another
you're
parent.
not getting it, and so I'm gonna move on from you. So, Bint, is Bint still there? Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
Go on. I think you wanted to say something. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I've actually lost my track of thought, so if you don't carry on, then I'll join in when I can.
In,
See,
ter- in
see,
terms
see
of
what
like,
you do. See what you do, Dracula. Instead of helping your side, you just make her lose her train of thought, dude.
I mean, she'll find it.
yeah, but Issa, you keep saying
You
Dracula.
just interrupted a woman of color. A
She's a
woman of
woman.
color.
You keep saying that Dracula is referring to some type of white blood room. Like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Thank you.
Hey, so I just posted in the comments tons of examples
Fuck are you
of
even
Mohammed
talking
Hijab saying that it's okay to marry prepubescent girls. I just posted like.
I've also heard Mohammed Hijab defend this in the like by saying like in Islam it says don't hurt people, and because it says don't hurt people, you know, like if you know that it's gonna hurt a woman, then like don't impregnate her, don't physically do harm to her. So I mean that's like the loopholes that I've heard him.
Yeah, if her body's too small, you shouldn't do it, is what he says.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to watch this because I haven't actually watched this. I'll put the link in the chat. Is that the video?
I haven't watched the ones that were just posted in the chat. I just watched Muhammad.
And I'm gonna make a comment to what's going on in the chat because Zog is trying to bring up the Talmud, you know, as a comparison. And I gotta say that, well, we already had a room. It was a very long room and actually a very interesting one. And Prince took part of it, because he couldn't stand that he wasn't right. But it lasted like 5 hours. And he came to the room, well, he sent me a list of things that were allegedly supporting the exact same thing in the Talmud. And we started going one by one. You know, there was a couple of rabbis in the room, and there were a lot of people actually saying the exact same thing. And they were saying that, I mean, Talmud is not the holy book as is the Torah, you know. So Talmud is a book that collects the conversations and the discussions between rabbis. And they're talking amongst each other, exploring and doing this intellectual exercise about the concepts and about what's right and what's wrong. Now, somebody with not a good intention can come and just cut conveniently one sentence where they are discussing about, I don't know, like a 3-year-old, this is okay or not okay, whatever.
That's
And
what it says.
they put that as, oh, so they are supporting that, and that is completely false, because when you read the whole text and you read the whole context, it's not what's happening. Now, the Quran is very different. Sorry, Dan, I'm just going to finish and then you go, because I'm sure that you can speak on this better than me. But the Quran is different, because the Quran is seen as the holy book and as the word of God in Islam. And so this is not a conversation of people talking about something. This is the law of Islam. So it's very different when you find something in the Quran and you find something in the Talmud. Sorry, Daniel.
No, you are 100% correct. I mean, the Talmud is not part of the Bible itself. I would say that like 98% of Jews never read the Talmud. This is something that you need to really devote your life to study. So all those people that are quoting the Talmud, they don't know shit about what they're talking. And as you said, it's not the law, it's discussions. People with different opinions, they can even oppose each other in the same Talmud. It's basically discussions. So it's not the same as the Quran or the Bible. And also the Bible, you know, there are many stories in the Bible. Not everything that is told in the Bible is a commandment. You know, like if, someone killed his son, it doesn't mean that we need to kill our sons. It's just a story with a moral. So we need to kind of interpret it very differently.
They say that Isaac is the left leg and that Abraham is the right leg, meaning that there's a left way and a right way, or a faggot way and a pussy way and a bitch way, or a strong way, a courageous way, and a good way. I mean, it's better to be godly than it is a little bitch.
Well, you guys say that in the Quran.
Better to be strong than a little bitch.
All I got is Ezekiel 7. You grew and developed and entered puberty. Your breast had formed and your hair had grown. And then I looked at you and saw you were old enough. I spread the corner of my garment over you. That's puberty.
Dracula, we made it illegal in our fucking countries.
Oh, that's what man did. But man made the Talmud.
Oh,
Yeah, but the Talmud is not a law. The Talmud is not a law anywhere, and no one wants
the
to be
Talmud right now. Denounce the Talmud. All the Jews.
I denounce the Talmud. Oh, yeah, I denounce the Talmud. I never read the Talmud. I don't know what's in the Talmud. And most of Israelis or Jews don't know what the Talmud is. Only the very religious people study the Talmud. And again, it's discussions. It's not law. It's about rabbis giving their opinions about different cases. It's not chronological. It's not like you never read it. Obviously, I never read it. So you obviously never read it. So I'm not sure why you guys are trying to think that Islam and Judaism are the same. It's a different religion.
Have you read the Quran? Have you read the Quran?
No, I didn't. This is why I don't speak about it.
We have,
This is why
parts of it.
I mean, me personally, I didn't read the Quran. This is why I don't talk about things that I don't know. But you also didn't read the Talmud, so please don't speak about things that you don't know. Not only did you don't read about it, you don't know how to understand the meaning of Talmud in the Jewish life. Which is very different than the Quran, which is very different than the Quran in the Muslim's life. It's very different. You cannot do both sides. If you're doing this, you are lying to yourself.
An ancient rabbi saying that it's have sex with a 3-year-old is problematic.
No, that's not right. They are not saying it's okay. They are having discussions. And all of the discussions have ever had by rabbis are recorded, and this is a collection from the hundreds of years. So it's not like, oh yeah, somebody had the idea that it was okay to sleep with a 3-year-old, and they're like, dude, you know what? From now on, it's gonna be the law. It's not what's happening. And this speaks about your ignorance about what the Talmud is. And another
no Jew will tell you that it's okay to sleep with a 3. No Jew, 0 Jews will tell you.
And I just want to say, because somebody referred, okay, so Sob said, okay, fair point. Meanwhile, in the Torah, you will find the basis for usury, Jewish supremacism, and the justification for wiping out entire tribes and taking it down to the weeping babies. Okay, so I want to say, I would love if you can please share with us the part where it says that, but also I would remind you that Torah is exactly the same as our Old Testament as Christians. So I'm not sure really how does that go aligned or opposed to, being a Catholic. Because I know you're Catholic.
This is why we have to just be atheists and accept that there's no God. That's all.
Okay.
Amen.
And I just want to say to the guys that have the green bean, please just don't. I'm not saying you're doing it. I'm just saying please do not. Even if you feel tempted, let's not remove any comments. Okay? I just like it to be framed in the chat.
Also, if someone makes a claim, can they provide evidence? People are saying that Islam allows sex with dead people.
With what? With dead people?
With dead people. Can you stop, either tell the facts, stop spreading lies, give the evidence?
Who said that?
The whole chat is going crazy right now saying that people are having sex with dead people.
Well, yeah.
So many hours after death.
I'm gonna be very specific. If it doesn't say it in the book, okay? If there's people who are Muslim who do that, as opposed to if it condones that in the book, be very specific if you're gonna make those types of claims. Okay, so I just want to be very, very clear on that.
Also, it's a matter if it's just people that are doing it, or if it's a culture that is accepting of this, which is also different. So it could be something that religion doesn't say, but people do practice. Or that society does accept.
And I want to let everyone know I'm not a Muslim. I actually want the destruction of all Abraham faiths.
That's amazing.
Did you say the destruction of all Abraham?
Exactly. He just wants to take out that hatred he has in his heart.
And what about laws against protecting children being used for sex or underage sex, Dracula? Are you opposed to that?
No, I just called out the stat that 75% of all online pedo criminals are white men. I want to go and save the children.
According to what? No, I mean, I'm interested to know, where do you get your statistic? Yeah, but you're doing it only in the United States, where you also have a majority of white, where you also have a majority of white Christians. Do you have like a global data?
75%, which is over the per capita.
How about that?
Let's define 75%. So they're doing it by the droves.
Dracula, what is white then? When you say white, what is white?
Hold on, I can pull it up because they even.
No, it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. What
This
it
is a
needs to be white,
semantic
because
game.
otherwise
No, I know he's talking just to be controversial, but we all know that literally.
Yeah, but
No, but
nobody's
it's nothing controversial. Those are statistics.
I'm going by the government statistics.
I don't give a fuck, you know.
But it's okay. We're not talking about black or white. I don't give a shit the color of the rapist.
Right.
They're rapists and they're rapists. I don't give a shit. So I don't even know why you bring up the point.
Well, they're predominantly Christian.
Just to be annoying.
Yeah, are you saying that there are no black Christians, dude?
Let me just tell you something. You cannot say that they're Christian, because I'm going to tell you, if they are a practicing Christian, they are not doing that. So for you to say that Christians are molesting or doing things to children, then clearly they're not a practicing Christian. So that just sounds so stupid.
Well.
Yeah, come on, some pretty stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like the people that are saying like, oh, I mean, Hamas are not really Islamic because according to Islam you cannot kill and behead or rape or whatever. But so if you do it, you're not Islamic. But the fact is that Islam is in their name and they are acting in behalf of Islam. So we can kind of dance around it, and we can also dance around the Christianity. But if priests do it, you can say that they are not Christian. But again, they are hiding behind Christianity.
Actually, that's another difference, but I would say that Islam has a lot of the atrocities that have been action or executed by Muslims, they do it in the name of Islam, and I don't know, since the Crusades, where there is, because the Christians have done that as well. The Crusades is one of the examples, but I don't know if since then there has been really any atrocities done in the name of Christianity or in the name of Judaism. I think that this is barbaric behavior that is still done by the Muslims. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Please, no, I'm wrong.
No, I mean most of the terror groups are Islamic, and the rest are either national. I don't think that there is a Christian terror group or a Jewish terror group, but there are a lot of Islamic terror groups. And you can say that it's not Islam, but I think that we first, in order to kind of solve a problem, we need to face the problem first, and not say that, okay, so they are not Islamic. They do have some kind of version of Islam that they are using in order to promote their ideas.
Well, maybe something you can think about is that when you talk about Muslims, it's like different cases. If you go to places like Malaysia or like Indonesia or something like that, it's like almost 300 million people in Indonesia, and it's like 90-some-odd% Muslim. But their version of Islam is not the same thing as the Arab version of Islam.
It's Arab Muslims, you're right.
Okay, and so and it's like the Arabs like killing each other and fighting over this tribal stuff. This actually predates Islam, and so it's like it was there before Muhammad came along, and they like fighting and killing each other, and so then they had this belief system, and it just supported what they already believed. But even if it's more people in like Indonesia than it is the rest of the whole Arab world, like 99% of your beheadings and blowing up things is Arabs. So behavior has to have a biological substrate, I guess is the point. And also if you look at like the version of Islam, because the most popular second religion among black people in the United States is Islam. And the people who buy that the most is jailbirds. So it's like, okay, if you counted up every time you, because somebody saw me reading like a tikkun, and they're like, oh, what is that you're reading, the Koran? And I'm like, no, I haven't been to jail. And then he started laughing because he knew what the joke was. So you could, if you just took the sample set of blacks in America who were Muslims, you say, oh, people who have been to jail become Muslims. Well, no, that's just a particular case that they find those criminals there and they convert them to Islam. And then even if you look at, like, say, a different example, like these Hebrew Israelites. Now, the version of Judaism that I know is people who are, like, reading books and, like, writing responsa and doing this, like, intense study and every word in these texts. But like these Hebrew Israelites, they take what they think is some type of Jewish practice, and they do a whole bunch of yelling and screaming and talking about Deuteronomy 20, and just generally acting very stupid. So that's what they think Judaism is, because that's what fits in their mind. The same way if you meet like actual real Jewish people, then they'll think that Judaism was about scholarship because their brains are just made up that way. So if you have Arabs that have like been killing each other for thousands of years, then of course Islam will tell them to do that because that's the way they believe in a pre-existing framework.
But not necessarily, because isn't Islam supposed to kind of reform people away from their own practices that are incorrect? Isn't that the whole purpose of why the Prophet came, to correct that nation when they were burying young girls, to stop them from burying young girls, for example?
Maybe they fix some things. They fix some things, but you can't say the purpose of the religion ab initio is this, and then everybody has to work toward it. Because in reality, people have their own calculations and their own motivations. And it's been said that the devil can cite scripture for his purposes. So if somebody wants to do this thing, then it's an afterthought to go back and find some justification for what it's supposed to be. I mean, I was just reading a book about Islam not too long ago, and they were saying, I forgot how you say this in Arabic, but it's like, okay, if something is written later, then it nullifies that which is written before. So if it was written earlier and that you're supposed to be this gentle person and you shouldn't even step on a bug in Islam, if you find it written someplace 5 verses later that you should behead your enemies, then that which is written later cancels that which is written before. So somebody can say, oh, well, it says that in the Quran, but I'll just take it in the latest order, and then that's what I'm meant to do. It depends on what you want to believe, what you already believe.
Yeah, and so I think that goes back to what Daniel was saying, essentially, that people do things under the names of a certain religion, and that's where people get, they don't think clearly, and they're just, so they just take that and run with it, and say, oh, well, this person was this, and it's like, no.
And okay, so 2 more little points. Okay, speaking of not thinking clearly, since Dracula was just talking a minute here, you want to be really careful when you talk about like the rate of different types of crimes within certain races of people, because if you want to make it look as bad as you want to, you could pick like robberies, you could pick like violent crime and stuff like that, and black people are at the head of the class in that way. So, whatever crime is disproportionate, like if it's financial crime or like white collar crime, people stealing tens of millions of dollars, those are almost all white people. Okay, but if it's somebody knocking over like a 7-Eleven and getting like $50 and he ended up doing like armed robbery over like less than $1,000, that's 99% the case is going to be like black people doing that. So you don't want to go down that path because
I want to go down there because I agree. Oh, I agree with that, and I'm all for holding those people accountable. I'm just saying when it's not safe for your children, because 75% of all child pedo criminals are white men in the U.S.
Everybody shut up and let him
talking to Lee.
Go ahead, sorry.
How do I pronounce your name?
Go Lee.
Lave, that's fine. So what happens if you live in Detroit, which is like 85% black? Then what?
Then you better protect your neck.
Okay, well, if you have a child and you don't want that child's tender bits to get punctured, and you happen to live in the city of Detroit, okay, it's like at least 20 times more likely that it'll happen and it'll be a black person than it's one of the few white people that live in the city of Detroit. So, I mean, I don't know what your point is.
I don't know if you guys have seen the title of the room, but it has nothing to do with black and white. So, Dracula, next time you bring the black one to the room, you're going to go down to the audience. That's how we're going to manage it.
He brought that up. Yeah, he brought that up. Yeah, he brought it up.
Okay, and as far as Islam, I live like right next to Dearborn, Michigan, which is the highest population of Arabs outside of the Middle East. It's the highest density in the whole United States. Yeah, huh?
I do too.
Okay, I am. So, but I live near these guys, okay, and so...
Do you get laid? Because a lot of these Muslim women are hoes.
Well, actually, they aren't, because I tell you, okay, hold on, one thing at a time. So I live like right near Dearborn, and you can go there, and it's mosques on every corner, and the street signs or the signs on the businesses are all in Arabic, okay? And also, I work with a lot of these guys, and if you stop and you talk and you ask them technical questions about Islam, stuff that's Pretty simple, and they should know this. Like if you say, okay, give me some interpretations about how would you handle this situation first on like, Hanbali or Hanafi or Shafi or Maliki jurisprudence. Then their questions is, what is Hanafi and what is Hanbali? And it's like, you're all supposed to be able to read Arabic and you can't answer these questions. So
Man, stop with that Arabic qualification bullshit, bro.
But I'm saying, okay, these things are all in their language.
Because I got the Quran in English, nigga. What you say about that?
All right, so if you ask them, they aren't very well trained. So I mean, if these guys are like up in arms about something, 9 times out of 10, if you ask them a question about how do you handle this, and okay, how does it vary between different schools of jurisprudence, or some academic thing you learn from a book about Islam, they don't know. All right, that's the first. And then you said like the black guy like getting.
It's a street talk. You know, street spears. Oh, Joe, Papa.
Already want it to be. I mean, you can take like an entire library. We got like 1,800 volumes in my little shul, and if you went to some place like like South of 8 Mile, if you took like any 10 of those books, that'd be enough to clear out an entire intersection.
A little shoe. What's a little shoe? I don't understand.
Find out with this conversation is whether Islam is compatible with our values in the West and our ways of living.
Yeah.
Like please, Ryan.
Sorry, what will it take to bring this religion into the 21st century? It just seems like when you have conflicts between people who practice this religion and people in the West, it seems incompatible to say that women are expected to do this and do that, and children are expected to. For Muslims to bring their religion and these ancient beliefs or practices into the 21st century. It seems like they're stuck in the 12th or 13th century.
It won't change.
Put your hijab on, bitch.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it won't change because one thing that Muslims pride themselves is how Islam has been, what's that word? Transmitted, as in it's been protected. So if you, for example, come into the 21st century now and we see the whole LGBTQ movement, Islam will not adapt its views to fit this movement. Do you get it? Because then it will no longer be a religion, it will be something that can be movable. So,
Correct. And
so yeah, it won't change.
You know that's not true. You know that's not true.
That's one. Hold on. That is one of the issues because
Put your
when you go
hijab
to
on,
a westernized
bitch.
country or a Western country, Christian or yeah, you do not integrate. You do not assimilate. You just stick with your own beliefs and your own culture, and you expect the rest of the people to adapt to what you believe, and that is the problem. So what would it take?
Right, because they're expecting to move into America, move into Britain, move into these Western countries that have these progressive views about freedom, rights, and secular values that transcend any religion, and then say, okay, well, now I'm here. Now you have to live like I believe we should live, which is according to 12th century, interpretations of a man's role, a woman's role, a child's role, religion's role, all of this stuff. And it's just not going to happen. That's why we see this global pushback against this immigration, because these people are coming into these countries. They're expecting, these Western or progressive countries to regress as far as ethics and values and their views on, so they're happy to embrace the economics, right? They're happy to embrace the opportunities that come with being in these free market economies, but yet they want to bring with them these 12th century values of women, and it's not compatible.
Sorry, Brian, I hear you talking a lot about ethics and values, but what are your ethics?
Hold on.
Oh my God.
What we're gonna do is that you're gonna separate your microphone a little bit from your mouth, because otherwise my ears won't be able to stand what you gotta say. Can you please do that? And now you can go. S.
He's gonna ask about ethics and how do we derive morality, because he has the objective morality that comes from God, et cetera, et cetera.
Anyway, S, are you there? Do you want to chime in or you don't? 3,
No, I think if you're unmuted and you speak, we don't hear you. You need to consider that you're unmuted. You might need to exit and come back.
No, he or she is muted. I don't know where else.
Okay. While they're figuring it out, can I make a quick point? Yeah. I think that one of the issues that's happening, and it does happen with other religions, but I think not at the scale that happens with Islam. I think that there's certain hierarchies of identity that's really brought in with their culture. I think that part of the issues where they're having issues sort of assimilating a bit more into, say, the UK, for example, is the fact that they are Muslim first, British second, where I think a lot of other groups of people from other parts of the world strive to become British, and they very much kind of push back and say they will always be Muslim first. I think that it could be the same with the United States, could be the same with Sweden, just any of those other countries. But I think it's the importance of
I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. I'm just saying I believe this was a really great example. I disagree with them all the time. I don't agree with everything these men say they don't do. A lot of stuff I do agree with, just because they have a lot of opinions of, they kind of remind me of my dad in certain ways. Not that they're father figures, but sometimes a lot of their mentality are things that I've heard my dad say. My point is, I think it's important, and I think it's okay if women come to the conversation saying, hey, which is my position, hey, I believe that men hold a certain status and men hold a certain position in this life, and I have the desire and the expectation that more men join in that position. But we have to be fair. If that's what you're going to say, you then have to concede and be willing to take the other point. If I want them to be here, that means that I need to do what I'm supposed to do and come up under that, So if I want him to lead me, I have to be led. You know what I'm saying? If I want him to give directions, I have to be willing to receive and or comply and obey those directions that I'm being given. And I think that's the imbalance that we see oftentimes, and it is what it is. So again, like some things don't feel good. I don't like when men speak a certain type of way. I don't like when they raise their voice. I don't like when they use profanity. I don't like it. It doesn't make me feel good. That's why I have to take. I have to take a step back and go, okay, what's actually happening here? Like, it was it offensive? Why are you offended? What about this transaction or this encounter was actually wrong?
Yeah, but Shay, you're discounting the environment. People drink Jamaican rum. You can't equate for that equation differential.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not trying to. All I'm saying is that I am just being consistent in my position in all of this. I have the expectation that men hold a specific position, so I think that it's equally okay for me to be vocal and telling the women, like, hot girl, you kind of, he wasn't being scary, he wasn't being mean. It was a conversation that needed to happen. And if we can just remove ourselves and be more aware of how we're presenting, then maybe we can alleviate some of the things that happen. Like, I completely agree that other lady could have came on this stage and had a conversation and had a discourse without it going that direction. But she kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. Well, you keep pushing them, what do you expect to happen? Again, I'm not saying I condone it or I agree with it, but I'm saying we have to be honest. She could have taken a different direction. She could have taken a different tone. She could have said, I don't agree with y'all, and this is why. And they would have had the conversation, but that's not what happened. And I think it's okay that we say, let's stop. It's insanity to repeat the same thing over and over and over again and expect a different result. And that's all I'm trying to say. As women, we have the expectation for these men to show up differently in society. Like, we want them to be, and maybe not you, and this is not to one specific person, I'm just saying as a whole, as a collective, as a gender, women want men to show up a certain type of way, then that means we then have to be responsible in showing up in a fashion that is comparable to that. So I yield that.
Very well said, Shay. Very well said. And you guys see, I just got a point for you. I got to throw you your fucking flowers, Shay. Listen to how Shay vocalized herself, and then listen to the point that she made. Like, this is a woman who, if we were to say black women are like this, black women are like that, and then we had a conversation with Shay would have Shay's come on the stage and just completely fucking proved us wrong and made us look like shit. And it's very simple. It's very simple. Like, I don't get the disconnect mentally where you're getting so fucking offended and then you do exactly what the motherfuckers are accusing you of. You turn around.
What are you giggling at, T-Von?
Who in their right mind would scream at Shay, would call Shay out of her name, would cuss at Shay? Who would fucking do it? Nobody would.
I could do it.
Well, okay, and then you'd be a dick, and then the rest of the men would be like, hey, you fucking asshole, you ain't doing that to Shay.
Meaning, you could do it theatrically, meaning like through performative, script reading.
Okay, well, we're talking in real life. We're talking in real life here.
I know, but she's very fixed identity. I'm trying to say that she could play a role which would differentiate herself, meaning that she's very stuck in her own ways. She's her own worst enemy. That universalism is true, and that's the beauty of this app, where radical inversions, because Shay is so sweet and wonderful that, like, we still have to evaluate that sweet wonderfulness and try to find some type of juice. Oh! Ah! Okay, this is philosophy, relativity, and reality. Fucking took me a while to type this fucking name out of this phone. No business shit. Top of the morning.
Hi, John. What's up?
Top of the morning. Sorry, I missed you.
You what?
I missed your call 9 minutes ago, it says.
Yeah, I thought after we talked that you called me again, no?
I called you by accident. But I just talked to my
Okay.
sister, lengthy conversation with her and my mother, and my sister's dealing with all these kids of her fiancés. It's fucking, it is what it is.
All right.
Anyways,
Have a good day.
God bless.
Yashikoa.
Yashikoa. I saw it on Instagram today, but spelled a little differently.
Oh, like some like ignorant person like getting a tattoo of Asian like words they don't know what they mean.
I mean, it was a Jewish post, but they spelled Yashikoa different. I was like, oh, that's how they really spell it.
Well, it's English language, so it's all made up. Like you're translating. So it's
Anyways, I realized your Yashikoa is not original. It's a thing. I knew it was a thing when you said it. I was like, oh, that's a thing.
No, it's a big time thing. And the way they say it, they pronounce it differently. Yeah, I pronounce it in my Chicago Texan, big Texan accent. But like in synagogue, like Shikoa. Yeah, I say Yashikoa. That definitely is.
Hey, thanks again for helping me move that barbecue, man. I never would have got that moved without you, bro.
Strength is strength. That's a real life example. I couldn't have done it without you either. That was a 2-man job. 2-man crew. But what did we say? Walt officially emailed every single state central committee person and put on his Facebook that he's running for the chair.
Oh, thank God.
And a few people have already emailed him back. Like he's growing balls. So I'm very proud of him.
Oh, Rabbana Shalala.
Exactly. And then some of the other people are stepping up for me too.
One last deep dish, extra large cheese pizza in the arteries. Oh, Rabbana Shalala.
But please pray for my dad though, because he needs to chill the fuck out. I was at the hospital with him last night.
Really?
He's there right now. He's fine, but they're testing him and stuff like that.
I had thoughts. I was like, maybe Max is putting out misinformation about his dad's health problems.
Why? No. Like, no. No, it's like it's something I care about. It's like I worry because he's so stubborn.
Yeah, but
so
that's
I'm fine. It's
you
not a
can't
big
stop.
deal.
You can't stop people, man. Like this is how they go out. You honestly, it's to your detriment to fight back or push back against somebody's experience because the health thing. It's like okay, well then what are you like some snake oil charm salesman? Like nobody can promise nothing. It's all.
No, it is, and you're right. And like that's why I just try to like be pleasant around him because like sometimes when someone says don't do it in a type of way, you can get that attitude like fuck you, I'm your dad. Like you can't tell me what to do. And so I try to just be like positive.
If your dad really loves you, he'll give you a little grace. So that's the way it is.
No, I just know that he's a contrarian. He's like all of us races are.
Yeah, but Max, it's the way you frame it. Meaning that, like, if you approach them professionally, if you approach your dad professionally, you say, I use a lot of profanity. And my dad says, stop talking to me like a nigger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, when I talk like a nigger, he doesn't give a fuck. But when I give him professional communication, he responds professionally.
And, and then when you called me this morning, like I don't know how much I should reveal at this point. But my dad has a friend that's like was at the highest of the highs, like financially successful, and he's talking about a lot of the stuff that we've talked about, like spiritual and like what's going on. And he's someone that actually would know because he was like in the room with those people. But I'll ask him if I can get permission to give him your info.
It's not. I mean, that's the thing. It's like a lot of people get really high, really rich, but they're not nice and they're not really all that really sweet. They're just not. They're not banana cream pies.
I think you kind of partially saved my dad's life by telling my dad to get off the medicine shit. I mean, get off the
Yeah, but Max, the whole thing is if you want to change your dad, you got to change yourself. So, what's the sweetest thing in life?
Pussy?
Money? Toira, bitch.
What?
Toira, bitch.
Oh, Toira, yeah. I thought you meant like materials.
It's the same thing. It is material, man. I'm in possession of 10 books, which is the sweetest piece of ass you ever had. It can get you any ass you want, and all these hoes are just trash compared to the Toira. What the fuck?
You're 100% correct. 100% correct.
I know a lot of high-class hoes in the Gold Coast, and they just fucking trash. They got a Toira.
That's what they need in their lives.
Listen,
I'm with you. That's the answer to everything.
Don't have salty grapes. Just know that these people will never have access to Toira. And so, like, even no matter how hot or how manipulative or their heartbeat sounds, like, fucking trash, man. Fucking trash.
Exactly. Feel bad. I was reading Jonah yesterday, and that would really it's interesting how 70 Faces of the Torah, like the new perspectives you get every time you read something, even if you've read it 100 times.
I know, because it's all Kabbalistic. That's the thing.
Yeah, gematria.
It is. Every time you hear something, you're like, holy shit.
Like, wait, but I've read this 100 times. Like, how did I not see it from this perspective?
I mean, 100 times is a lot. 10 times, you're like, holy shit. Like, every time, you're like, holy shit, something new.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ribbon Shalom.
Ribbon Shalom indeed. Have you talked about God's wisdom for media plans?
I mean, I'm looking at 20 phones. If we can't make sense of this, I don't know how we're going to make money from media, but we got to monetize through two things, Google and Patreon.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weak, but I don't know. It's a starting point. If we don't have 100 or even 10 people in our minion, who are we? We're a nothing. We got no synagogue.
Nothing.
We got nothing.
We're odd fellows.
Oddfellows, yeah. So let's get 10 subscribers. Let's make that our July goal. By the end of July, we got 10 Patreon subscribers and 10 YouTube Super Chat app subscribers, because the Super Chat app is the big thing. The Super Chat is where we influence live stream and we make money live stream as well. People make donations at real time.
Absolutely.
If we don't have that, who are we? We're losers. We're losers.
We must focus on our YouTube channel, though.
I'm 100% focused and ready to go to war. Let's prepare.
I mean, like the content itself should be more focused. That's my one critique about your work. Is it's like there's gold. Like you send me some shit where it's like 3 hours long, and there's like there's certain pieces where I'm like, holy wow, like people need to see this information. But because when it's like so spread out, people lose interest after 30 seconds. Because we got to make it.
Listen, do you know who Ethan?
Really can use the
do you know Ethan Klein?
To build the log strings.
Do you know Ethan Klein?
Absolutely.
HN3N3, whatever he calls himself.
Him and Hilda.
He's Jewish, right?
Yeah.
And his wife is Jewish.
Mhm.
And they got a kid now, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got erectile dysfunction.
And he's got a multi-million-dollar media business, right?
He does.
So what do we got, Frugats?
We got the that times zero.
No, man. What I'm trying to tell you is, let's really be ninjas and stop with the bullshit and be assassins and hitmen. Stop with the bullshit. Let's become Ethan Klein. Let's be Ben Shapiro. Stop with your bullshit.
Mhm.
Get the guns. Let's run guns, man. Let's run guns. Stop being a pussy Mossad. Let's start running guns. Where are the guns? I'm ready to buy some guns.
Bullshit. Is bullshit not manure? Is that not what all the
get me guns? Get me soldiers. Get me buildings. Get me philosophy. What are you waiting for? Toy now. Go to war. You're not going to war. You're picking fights with Mexicans in the streets on Shabbos for Buena Show.
No, shit, I did.
Get in the bunker, motherfucker. You ain't in the bunker, bitch. I'm in my bunker over here. Where's your bunker, bitch?
I'm in the hood right now. Someone going by your boulevard.
The point is, Max, you lead from the bunker, man. We're in a wartime situation. Start commanding from a bunker and stop with your bullshit. Your Instagram hasn't been updated in 2 years. What the fuck's your problem? Create a new Instagram. Where's your private Instagram? I want to see some private communication out of you. You suck. You're useless.
That's very inspiring.
Get tough, man.
Very inspiring.
Get tough. Take that bloody black eye, man. Where's your guns at, man? You came to my house. You weren't even strapped, bitch. What kind of a side are you, bitch?
No, I could have been fucked. And
you ain't strapped, bitch.
You know.
Where's the bag and where's the strap, bitch? Get ghetto, nigga. Get on the street, nigga. Get on the ghetto toy, nigga. My dad was like, stop talking ghetto. I'm like, Dad, we got to be street. He's like, well, don't be street with me. I'm like, all right, I won't be street with you, but, we got to be street. He's like, yeah.
No, but ghetto stole, first of all, the Jewish ghetto. The ghetto stole from the Jews. If you think about it, the top thing, the black disciples, their top phrase is they say, on David, on King David, on David. They're talking about David Belshad. They're talking about the OG, King David. It's the same shit. It's just they stole it from us, and we're bringing it back.
Well, I mean, organize, man. Where's your organization? Like, what are you doing?
I got Splinter Sauce.
Don't mumble. Get the soldiers. Let's hold meetings.
There's some shit you don't know about. I got some soldiers on the streets.
What about that lawyer with the beard, the Greek guy?
Area? Yeah, no, he's not like I have like. They've made moves against this. You're right. I'm thinking twice against the Mexican street gang, but
that guy's a lawyer. Work with the professionals. He's got rifles and swords. Put him to work.
He is being put up to work. Area as we speak. I mean, Walt running for chair was a major move, and all the people are already. It's hysterical. All the SEC people are reaching out to him and stuff. That was a minor chess move, but me getting Gary Rabine interested, that was like a home run. Bailey interested. And then I have different street people that you don't know about, like Joseph Reno, that are on the streets, like picking people out, ninja style.
Yeah, but how do we daily wire Ben Shapiro this shit? Because that's like we're talking about 2.3 million subscribers. How do we get that level? Because at
you
that
need a
level,
sharp niche. because so the way the internet works right now and the news works is it used to be you buy the newspaper and if I'm into sports, I still got to read everything. I got to read the business. I got to read the science.
No, you're a sports addict. Don't bullshit with me your fucking sports book ever again. I don't want to hear it. You're full of shit, man.
No. I've never done game on sports. That's not my point. My whole point is that the difference between media 20 years ago and now is people are very interested in very specific things. Like I'm interested in Asian birds. I'm interested in taekwondo. Like just people are into the most specialized shit. And so the key with like popping up on YouTube is not to go broad, but to go very, very specific. Like the Democratic Convention is an amazing opportunity. Something that's like very, very, very specific. Not just a broad opinion, but just specific things. And we got to be at the forefront of those things. The Democratic Convention is a major opportunity. But I also think this Illinois Republican shit is a major opportunity. That can get us like thousands of subscribers.
That's true.
And then you grow, and then you kind of splinter that into the next thing. And so I think, like, there's a lot going on the Illinois Republican Party. Like, look it up. It's like the Tribune and all those places are even talking about right now. And we have more knowledge than anyone. And so I think we should be, like, kind of reporting it in a more serious way. Like, the comedy shit's still great. But, just like, you just reading, I can write it up for you. Like, you just kind of bring an update on, like, the Republican chairs race. I know it sounds stupid, it doesn't matter, but as I said, like it's about the niche specific things.
See, you're not
to blow up.
Max, you're not guerrilla chaotic enough, meaning that you're so traditional that like you haven't gone full Vietnam communist revolutionary war fighter. Like you're so conservative. That's your downfall. Like if you were more radical, you would realize that this whole thing is one giant opportunity to take dildos from multiple categories and stick those dildos up everybody's asses from all kinds of manipulative perspectives. You're not being manipulative enough. You're not being... I knew this horse racer who owned a horse farm and he used to race horses and he was very successful and he said, John, he was from Uruguay. He's like, John, you ain't in the horse racing business. It's not two-faced. It's not three-faced. It's fucking four-faced. Fucking five-faced. Fucking six-faced, motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get really, really riled up. You're not really riled up enough. You see what I'm saying? Like, get really, really prejudicial and radical and, get the money and invest the money in the bullshit. But, like, you gotta get super communicative. Is at the end of the day is what's happening.
It's sounding too boring to me.
It's media business, bro. It's content business. We are the new Rupert Murdochs. Rupert Murdochs is now married and he's 98 years old. We can take over the whole thing and nobody knows we even took it over. Everybody's too busy fucking doing nothing. We're doing real work over here. I got the lists, I got the names, I got the numbers, I got the LinkedIn, I got the identities, I got the connections. I know the games and nobody's playing the game. Everybody's busy enjoying life. We could take the whole thing over while people are on their boats or at the country club. Nobody's really doing nothing. We could take the whole...
No.
AOC is ready for a bullet in the head. I'd assassinate AOC and, get away with it. Like, assassinations are coming down the line. People are going to die. People are going to get whacked and nobody's going to know what happened. People are going to rise to power. I'm not saying I'm going to do any of that. I'm saying that, like...
It's a natural result of bad economic, of fucked up times. That's just what happens when times are fucked up.
Somebody's going to get assassinated. Like, that's a fact. Like, I ain't going to be a part of it. I'm a nonviolent person. But we all know that the JFK effect is coming down the line, and people who think they're going to rise to power are going to get whacked by the real powers. Joe Biden is the real power. Trump is the fugazi guy trying to still milk the populace. I don't think Joe Biden is going to win. I think Trump is going to lose. So, like, I'm placing all my bets on Joe Biden. I'm already registered with 2 sports books, and I have $100,000 waged on Joe Biden to win the presidency. If I win, I might get out of bankruptcy and, rejoin the government. I'm just saying, I'm a very hyper-political, dangerous person.
You have $100,000, John?
Oh, yeah, waged on Joe Biden. I have it bet all on Joe Biden.
Dang.
Through an English-British parlor exchange. I'm voting Joe Biden. I vote. I gamble how I vote. Isn't that the weirdest thing in the world that you can gamble how you vote? Tell me how that's
Me too.
possible.
That's why I'll vote for like libertarian judges.
I mean, I'm being facetious with you because I hope you know I'm over here creating content, trying to forgazing my way to success. The whole point is, it's true though. You can't vote you can't bet how you vote. How is that not illegal? That's crazy.
Because it's not technically, so your kind of gambling is illegal, but there is a legal kind called predicted.com, and they found a loophole where they say it's not gambling, it's research that you can make money off of, which is complete bullshit. But if I can't play baseball and bet on baseball, why can I vote and bet on the person I'm voting or against? You would think that'd be illegal. But they said like your kind of betting is illegal. You can't do the England shit. And the what's it called? The predicted kind is they call it research. They don't call it gambling. It's research.
Well, anyways, what are you doing the rest of the day? Because it's only 12 o'clock.
I'm got some errands. I gotta go to like hang out with my uncle in Northbrook, and then not sure. Gotta work out at some point. Even my girl, I was just with her though.
Well, bring that puta. Meet me over at Montrose Beach at 6 o'clock at the dock, and we'll take the Lady Hawk out on a sunset cruise, and roll a blunt and have a little tequila with Mark Wahlberg. He's coming to the party.
Wow. No, you're on that Barron lifestyle. No, let's get it. Today's a major day to organize it. I think our big problems is the structure. Is that Abraham Lincoln said if he was going to cut down a cherry tree in 5 hours, he'd spend the first 4 hours sharpening his axe. That's kind of where we're at with the YouTube and the Patreon. We can't just put it the fuck up there. But if you put it out there right, and I'm not using that as an excuse to be too lazy, but if we put it up there right or at the right time or take advantage of the right momentum, we could ride the wave. If you get on the wave at the right time, it's a lot of fun. Surfing seems fun. But if you get it on the wrong time, you get a fucking spinal injury. Or if you're too late, you're just waiting.
Look at all the presiding powers like Kim Fox or J.B. Pritzker. They have the social audio connections already in place because they spent years campaigning and millions of dollars advertising. So, to think that you can compete with that is a misnomer.
It's not true.
Well, hold on. I spent a lot of time shitposting, and if you were in my HQ, you would see a lot of the work that I do over here shitposting, and I know a lot of work
you mentioned Patreon though. You mentioned Patreon and YouTube. Now you're talking about social media. Different story. Patreon. I think if we had 10 people that gave $10 a month, that's not bad. That's successful. That's working class. You're working class. You're media company.
Have you ever dig in a trench with a machine gun and took your position?
I have not.
Fought to the death in your trench?
I have not.
No, you haven't. So what I'm trying to tell you is that I have an HQ at 5562. It's called 5562. That's my silver factory. That's where I make my cartridges and shoot my ammunition. Until you have a trench and you start shooting out of your trench with your position, I gotta ask you again, from a street level, Al Capone Republican position, who the fuck's these used niggas? Where's your position, nigga?
I have a whole room that could be my bunker with beautiful libraries with the Zohar on one side, and then my more, sci-fi, Western, Shakespeare, those kind of books on the other side. The perfect setup. So I should make that my war zone.
Just get a battlefield, bro. If you don't have a battlefield,
that's not battlefield.
This is the modern battlefield. It's in your home office. And Jesse Jackson with Rainbow Push Coalition, same thing. Live streaming while he's drooling at the mouth, asking for donations. Same thing. I'm telling you, we are in an office war. It's an office war.
We are.
So stop playing your bullshit and start producing.
But you got to come on this Illinois Republican thing, because I think that's our way in. the Illinois Republican stuff, and then anything that's like localized.
You're
anything that's
way
Illinois
in,
politics.
Max. You're digging a command headquarters. It's in your home office, man. It's in you. Stop delaying the inevitable and stop bullshit.
Okay, I won't. But I need you on the same train because we got to attack. We have a beatable
It's
mission.
not the same train, Max. It's
silos.
No, it's not. It's siloed, but it is a what's the whole Uber Bitcoin hypothesis?
Satoshi Central Intelligence. Satoshi Nakamoto.
No, the key word is decentralization. Your office is the decentralization that's required.
No.
If you can't build that, who the fucks are yous niggas? That's my point is, Max, you don't spend enough time on the clown house vulgarity.
Clown house is not for me.
Max, when was the last time you went? Max, when was the last time you went to a bar and told the waitress, did he put his cum in your throat? Like, you're not a vulgar piece of shit. You know, you're not a.
I am.
Are you really? When was the last time you told a bartender, show me your cottage cheese, and did he put your cum in your fucking throat, bitch? Get me my fucking pizza and shut the fuck up. Like, you're not a fucking.
I can get there, John. I can get there, John.
Okay, well, get tougher, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Don't fuck around and waste your time with, politeness. Like, get tough, man. Get your office groove. You gotta start cutting edges.
I will. I'll start calling these people out. We'll do it.
Dig trenches. In the Army, all you do is dig trenches, man. And if you don't dig trenches, who the fuck is yous, niggas? Who the fuck is yous, niggas? I'm telling you, man, be a bitch. Be a bitch and dig trenches, because, like, ain't nobody else gonna dig your trenches, man.
I hear you, John. But,
I'm telling you, you can't join the Army. You can't join the Navy. You can't join the Air Force, but you can join the political trench diggers. Be even more ruthless than you've ever thought yourself possible. Record people, blackmail people, and have no qualms, man. It ain't nobody gonna stop you. Record people.
Everything legal, 100%.
Record people, and you ain't got to worry about it. Ain't nobody going to fucking put you in jail for hitting the record button on a 2024 Samsung phone.
It's First Blood. That's my dad. I got to take it.
Okay, but what else you
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, the guys are asking. They say we need our Rich because he knows the Quran and the Hadiths better than anybody, and he can discredit these Muslim fucking terrorists better than anybody. We need you. We need you. Thornton Mellon, we need you. The Triple Lindy Islamic Quranic shoot down is needed. Where are you?
I'm actually at home right now.
Hey, we need you. The Jews need you.
On Clubhouse right now.
Oi, babe, if only Israel had a bunch of...
1 week home.
Oh, but Israel Benjamin Netanyahu needs you, Habibi. Okay, tell you.
Bibi will have to wait, though.
Okay, God bless. Have a great weekend.
All right, buddy. Be safe.
Hey, you've reached Jordan Bib. You're in. Sorry to have missed your
Your call has been.
Hello?
Goodbye, Shalom.
Okay. Let me call you right back. I'll call you right back.
Sarah. This is called DJ Pack. Looks like DJ Pack's about to play.
I like touching and touching and I probably get on somebody's nerves. Like, yeah, somebody might be on face, your skin, touch your hair. I don't know. All over it. Yeah.
Niggas affect young niggas. You want to touch young niggas? Niggas,
niggas want to touch other niggas. I want my bitch to touch me. I know that's right. Yeah. If she don't touch you, she don't like you. Niggas like that. Living on the wrong places, ass. They don't want to be touching them.
Yo, listen, I'm a clean nigga too.
I'm clean too. If I like somebody,
I want your pussy to woman. I'm a clean nigga.
And then let me just say this right here, Jerry, as well. Jerry, you asked me a question and allowed me to answer it. All right, so it was shut down immediately. And what happened, Jerry, is right about that time, and everyone knows, we went to houses. All right, we left clubs and went to houses. All right, and when you open up those houses, in that time, everyone at that time in your house was able to open up a room until we changed that. And everyone else can confirm that shit.
No. Okay. At that time, we were not in houses. But
we were in houses, Jerry.
We were in houses. Why was she allowed to remain after she put in the title in Debate the News, a club that I created, a room that I curated, that I moderated down to 80% of the fucking room? Why was she allowed to stay in there? I just want to know.
Jerry, she was allowed to stay because of several different things, Jerry. But once again, that room was very short, and she was spoken to. She was, and she like, hey, someone got levels blocked, Wack. Someone got levels blocked. Who got them blocked?
Okay, levels blocked. Johnny, you ain't sure, is it?
Hey, Wack, what can I get one of those, Wack?
You want to what?
Flavor Flav.
Jonathan, you can't be doing
is you guys are the problem. They already told you, my nigga, that she's more vibrant than you.
Bro,
They told you know that.
How we have to come
They
and
told you know part of the
somebody wasn't here this morning.
I'm telling you,
You ain't got levels blocked, do you?
Who? No, that's my brother.
Not you. Talking about drugs.
Oh, no.
I don't have any.
It might be Freddie. Freddie, you got level block, Freddie.
Yo. No, he ain't.
Don't do that.
Freddie, come on, you ain't got levels blocked, do you?
No, I do not got levels. Don't do that. Jonathan, you block levels? Jonathan, you got levels?
Johnny, we already
Freddie don't got levels blocked. Levels is my boy. Shout out to my boy Levels. But don't do that. Like, don't look for no reason. Let my boy Levels in. Y'all got levels blocked.
Yo, it ain't no lot anyway.
Wait, let me say this. You know you got levels blocked. Whoever the fuck you is, get off my motherfucking stage. Like, you got my boy Levels in. That's that fake shit. That's the snake shit I've been talking about, man. I've been talking about, man.
Why don't y'all put his profile on top? Put his profile on top. Put his profile on top. Can you guys put his profile on top?
That's the snake shit I've been talking about.
Yeah, that way you're able to check.
It's snake shit. Freddie, I've been talking about this snake and destroy.
This is called Sunday or Monday.
For money, bitch. Your dad would have had you set up with a motherfucking trust fund. He would have gave you a little something from his estate. He would have gave you something. You know what I'm saying? Because my people set me. My people set me. When my people passed, they left me some motherfucking money. My people passed, they left us a motherfucking part of the estate, bitch. Yeah, that's how they have a motherfucking set up, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But you see, your daddy didn't care about you. Your daddy just up there left and loose you. And that's the first time you met his ass, huh? When he passed, huh? And that was the first time you met that nigga in person, huh? And now you want to cry about that bitch, huh? You're crying about that daddy, bitch. Crying about that daddy, bitch, huh? Damn, you bleeding. Been bleeding on this app. Been bleeding on this app for 2 months, bitch. He gone, bitch. He's not coming back. He's not coming back. It's unfortunate, but he's not coming back. It's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? But just get over it. Get the fuck over it. Stop doing it this way. It's not fucking right. We're sick of it. We're over it. We're tired of it, bitch. We're tired of it, bitch. We're talking about you. We're talking about Christina. We're talking about Christina. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, bitch, you wish, bitch. You wish, bitch. You ain't about it, bitch. Yeah, I wish, bitch. I wish a bitch like you would. Please do so. Please do so. Please do so. The day she get one, I want you to. The day she get one, I'm gonna call Christina. I'm gonna make sure I come get your phone number. I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna say, come, Christina, come beat the shit out of me with my mom's walker. The day she gets one, God only knows it probably like 30 or 40 years. But the day she gets one, I'll make sure to call you if you're still around, bitch. Let's hope you can get there. You know what I'm saying? Let's hope you can make it to that age, bitch. Because I guess we're all hoping to get there. But you young hoes, you like throwing it in the motherfucking face that they own. Like, I'm already here, bitch. Just hope you can get to where I'm at, bitch. I'm living comfortably. I'm living great. No, bitch, ain't cranky yet. Ain't shit cranky about me, bitch. Your ass come in every room that we in trying to swing at us from the chat, bitch. Ain't nothing crazy about me, bitch. I don't think about you, ho. You're not a thought of my life, bitch. I don't never think about you, bitch. How am I cranky when I don't think about you, bitch? I don't come for you, bitch. I don't sit for you, bitch. She mad because I'm swinging on that ass on the motherfucking Google a second ago, bitch. Because a bitch thought she was gonna pop that shit this morning to my nigga and thought we were gonna come pop that shit back. Yeah, bitch. Pop that shit now, bitch. Yeah, that's what the fuck I thought. Cause always banging on you bitches' heads. No motherfucking hesitation. That shit don't never be a motherfucking problem for me. Hitting you motherfucking bitches' heads together. Bing bong. Bing bong, smack you hoes up left and right. Bing bong.
Like we
Shit's great. Shit's great. I woke up from a great nap. You know what I'm saying? And then went straight to snapping you bitches up. Yeah.
Recording is
Yeah. This is fucking great. This is beautiful.
Regular? What the fuck your name is? What your name is? Wait. What's your Christina? Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Happy Sunday. What are you doing?
Farmer's market.
Oh, nice.
Farm.
I should go try to do that. Thanks for the reminder. I gotta get out of my house and go.
So what's up with your job? No more work?
They're not paying me anymore now.
Have you seen the movie Office Space?
Yeah.
Where the party's like, so you stopped going to work? It's like, yeah. He's like, I stopped going to work, but I didn't stop collecting my paycheck.
Well,
It's like
there
you
was
stopped going, but you still got paid for a while.
it was like 4 weeks. It was like 4 weeks. That's it. That's all I got. I got 1 month, and then
You got sick of your job, or you just didn't want your wages garnished?
sick of the job. Plus, he was trying to charge me with like evasion, meaning he was saying that I wasn't coming into the office for like a period of a year, and I'm like, bitch. I'm like, that is some really like frivolous shit, bitch. Like, I work hard, bitch. Like, don't fuck with me, bitch. All right, now you can talk to my lawyer. You can talk to my doctor, bitch. Don't fuck with me, bitch. Who the fuck is you, bitch? Like, that was my street level response. And that's what I'm going with. Like, fuck you, bitch. I'm in a union, bitch. Like, let's see how far we can draw this shit. I'm ready to go to war. I ain't going back to work,
You
bitch.
hire a lawyer?
I'm unemployable. Like, he doesn't
Does
realize.
the union have one?
Treats me like a nigger. I'm a fugitive. Let's go to war, bitch. Like, fire me, free me, bitch. Free me, bitch. Cause I'm bankrupt. I gotta file bankruptcy.
Are you really gonna file?
I have to. The house fucks me, man. The $300,000 foreclosure, summary judgment ruined me. I gotta file bankruptcy. It's a fact. But I'm gonna enjoy my money, nigga. I'm going to Israel, bitch. I'm getting a wife. I'm gonna get a couple kids. I got.
You just marry Chosen and go live in her house.
Fuck that puta, yo. She can text message me. I'll block her. Fuck that puta. She's garbage, man. I'm telling you, her parents raised a fucking loser. She's an idiot. She's stupid.
She was just with you all the time.
She's stupid. She's a loser. She's idiot. I'm telling you, she's low IQ. She's a loser.
Does she still sell houses?
I don't give a fuck. She lives off her parents, man. She's a trust fund baby. She ain't giving me her fucking. Listen, she ain't signing no ketubah. She ain't giving me her fucking the money she's getting from her parents. She's a waste of my time. I mean, I already got her figured out, man. If you ain't got that figured out yet, that's a you problem.
Yeah.
All right, well, my doctor's here, so we gotta talk. You want to talk to my doctor? Hey, doctor.
Doc's in the house.
You're talking to my associate in Beverly Hills. He's a friend of ours. How you doing, doctor?
Beverly Hills.
Listen, you gotta enjoy yourself now. Like, this is the summertime. You can get all upset during the winter time.
I hear the same niggas. They say we go collect the harvest in the fall time. We enjoy the splendors in the winter time like a couple bears in hibernation. You a Persian fucking nigga is what you is.
Or you bang an ugly chick on a yoga mat in a boat called the Grey Hawk.
Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk.
Do you still have a boat?
Yeah, I still got the boat. Hey, Jackie, welcome to the room. Hi, doctor. Yeah, Lady Hawk is sailing today. We're headed to the playpen in the next 2 hours. Who's ready to sail? We got any sailors ready to risk their lives? Hello?
Yeah, because the waves are so big in the fucking Great Lakes.
So, Doctor is a Purple Heart War recipient, and I know Paul here from a mutual friend in Beverly Hills that we don't talk to no most because he's a bitch. So the whole point is, don't be a bitch.
Opa!
Don't be no bitch, yo. We got a mission over here. Don't be no bitch.
Why don't you go break his windows again?
We figured all that out. I got my recompense. It's all settled. Rabbana Shalom. There ain't a speck of dust out of place in the universe, bitch.
Are you still on Club? They can never get rid of you on Clubhouse because they have so many different phones, right?
They can't get rid of me because I'm not controversial. I don't say racist shit.
Right.
Doctor says racist shit. He's the one that says no.
I can't believe anybody's on Clubhouse anymore.
Well, some of us have nothing better to do, okay? Don't judge.
I mean, I love being on Clubhouse.
Some of us would either be on a clubhouse or we'd be talking to our animals.
Anyways, this is philosophy, relativity, reality. What were we talking about? Hello? Oy vey. Hello? Hello? Is this thing working?
The title of these talks that I'm giving here is Mind Over Mind. And I'm going into all the various problems which have to do with the control of the mind. And so I might introduce what I'm going to say by saying it from different points of view.
Hello, how are you, Daniela?
John, what's going on? You called me like 5 million times this morning.
I know, I'm worried about my King David wife. What are you doing?
Sleeping?
Oh,
No, I'm
good.
awake. I'm awake now.
Oh, good.
Hello.
Healing, recovery, wellness. These are the most important things.
Yeah, I have the dogs out. I have one dog. My parents came by and picked up the other two, took them for a walk. So I'm just have Princessa, and I gotta get my run on with her. So I'm waiting for her to poop so we can start running. Yeah. What's going on today?
Nothing, I'm headed to the gym in a few minutes.
Nice.
Gotta get my cardio and my pump and my stretch on.
Yep. Yeah, I know. I have to do the same. I know. We had today. There's like a celebration of life for this girl that she died. She's like in our group, friend group. Come on, Sky, let's keep going. Super windy today, and she just died. She was like, it was like the third person in our friend group to die, but the first two. Yeah, so, I wasn't that close to her, but she came on my boat a few times, and she would always hang out with this girl, Brittany, who I hang out with sometimes. So every time Brittany would come anywhere, Gracie was always tagging with her. But yeah, just it's crazy, like, it's so sad how she, like, died like that.
It's amazing, even like in funerals or remembrances, is like we're selfish with our time, you know? It's like, fuck it. It's like, your parents would never know if they met you or not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Her parents are probably not even going to be there because they did like if her immediate family was there, I'd probably go. But it's like just the friends, and it's just like, and I don't really want to be around all those people. I just don't want to be around all of. It's like just such a shit show. I just don't want to do it. It takes so much time.
You know
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that movie, like The Wedding Crashers? It's like they weren't just crashing weddings; they were going to funerals to try to pick up chicks. You see what I'm saying? Like, you love free weddings, but like you should also love the funerals. It's the same fucking thing.
Oh, that's what they said in the wedding crashers are saying?
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing. A funeral is the same thing as a wedding, but we think it's different, but it's really the same thing.
Yeah. I don't want to be around all the stuff. So.
I know that's the point. Is like if you go to that, it'll give you a soul correction, meaning you'll be like, "Oh fuck, I'm wasting my time. I'm such a fucking, you know."
Well, that I think that's why I don't want to go, because I feel like that whole group is a waste of time, and I've like really stayed away from all those parties with the same people, because I feel like that whole group is just such a waste of time that.
Yeah,
I'm
but it's another.
So that's why.
When you go there and you meet them, you have compassion for the losers, for the schmucks. So, you know, it's one of those things where I say it's like a wedding, because you're like, oh, look at me, I look so hot, I feel so great, I didn't pay for this party, thank you for inviting me. But then if you go to a funeral, you're like, oh, hey, everybody, like, I'm alive, and this guy's dead.
Hey, my parents are here with the dogs. Call me later.
Okay.
Continue to progress in their adoption and their FAA certification. So the two companies, Archer and Joby, did really well on them last year, and then I just moved away from them because the markets are going down.
Archer is actually starting a flying taxi service between the Bay Area, between San Francisco, San Jose, then San Francisco, Napa, and San Francisco, Oakland, and probably Livermore.
Yeah, they're good companies. I like Joby a little better, but both Joby and Archer, Lilium, they're all reasonable, decent machines. They're better than helicopters, safer, much quieter.
I'm still going to wait another 10 years before riding one of them.
Well, would you ride a helicopter today?
No.
None of this is for you.
Yeah. Just worried about hurting that pretty ass of mine, dude.
You changed your name, right, Manimal? I remember you as someone else on here.
Yeah, that's possible. That's my last name. I've turned that into my last name. My name right now is Manimal Pallavaram Elephant. That's what the piece stands for.
You was elephant before. Then you became Manimal. Paul was Bada Sambar before.
But I remember like a photo of a guy with like glasses and a skinny guy, and you had like a full Indian name on here. It's not the same guy.
No, there's like 200 million Dr. Patels. What are you talking about?
Hey, shut up. Hey, Jefferson, go back to school.
Hey, mother chod, you punch out something else. Don't you tell me to shut up. Fuck you, guy.
Shut up.
His words. One word of Agatta is better, which if a man hears, he becomes quiet. Though a man recite 100 gattas made up of senseless words, one word of the law is better, which if a man hears, he becomes quiet. If one man conquer in a battle 1,000 times 1,000 men, and if another conquer himself, he is the greatest of conquerors. One's own self conquered is better than all other people. Not even a god, a Gandharva, not Mara,
vanquished himself.